Ratna?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I think there is no echo or anything, no? I just
No,
logged in.
It's clear.
Also keep my mobile logged. 1 second. My mobile power is less. Good evening. Are we good to start or we'll wait for another few minutes?
Sir, maybe for another 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah. Okay. We'll start at 6:05. Okay. Now this participant reactions will be there in the participant window for all of you.
Yes, sir.
I don't see it here.
No, when you open the participants window, it will be there, no?
No, it's not there for me. Invite and mute me. Only both of them are there. Nothing else.
About that, yes, no.
No, I don't have it. Earlier I used to have it, but nowadays I don't
You're
have
seeing
it.
in phone or system, sir?
Both. Okay. I'm seeing in system, but even phone also I have the same thing. In the reactions, there is a separate our regular window. No, there I have it. Yeah. Okay.
You have it under more section.
No, it is there in the not participant window, the other main window. Okay. Yeah. So why I wanted is I just wanted to put a small poll. How many of you are all our alumni? Just to have a feel of it. All our alumni who participated in any of our old workshops. Either you can click yes or click your thumbs up. Yes, I think maybe yes may be better, which will be uniform. All our alumni. Yeah. All of you who are our Provi alumni, please respond. Doesn't mean, I mean, I want to know the mix. And I think still many of you are not lifting. Sonia, Vivek, I think I remember. No, but why? I mean, you lift and then keep it as it is. I saw many of you. Yes, current batch, previous batch, all batches. I don't see many hands rising up. Okay. Is my question not clear to everyone? Okay, slowly I'm seeing. Atulya, Prem Singh, Vivek, they're all raising their hands, but not many others. Yogesh says yes. Kalluri Siva, yeah, he says alumnus through chat, but okay. Okay, many of you are responding through chat, maybe because you're not able to look through that reaction window. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll put it the other way around. Whoever not part of ProV alumni, can you show your reaction with a different one? Maybe no, so that I'll be able to contrast. Those who are not part of it. Okay, Sujit says no. Anybody else? Not part of, you have not attended any program with ProV. Yeah, even Sujit removed his indication. Okay, thank you, Sujit. Anyway, I still don't have a clear verdict. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So everyone is part of our team. No problem at all. So, Ratna, would you like to give a few words of welcome and then give it to me, or should I start?
Yes, sir. I can just welcome them.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, all. So, thank you for joining the webinar in the evening on a crosswalk between PMP ECO 2021, PMBOK, and PMP exam prep guide from PMI. So, as sir said, most of you are alumni, so you would have gone through the programs with us, and especially the people who attended the training after October. So, there are different reading materials. We have the new ECO and the PMBOK 6th edition remains the same, and we have the prep guide from PMI. So this webinar will focus more on the kind of comparative study. And sir, everyone will know sir. So he will take you through the session completely today. And this webinar is scheduled for 2 hours, 6 to 8, and it is divided into two parts. The first half, sir will give the overview, and the second half is completely dedicated for Q&A session. And in between, when the speaker speaks, and if you have any kind of specific questions, you can give it in the chat, or you can give the expressions. We will be able to take it up. And at the end of the webinar, the feedback form will be shared. So I request all of you to give your feedback about this webinar. Subsequently, your participation certificates will be processed. All right. So once again, we welcome you all for the webinar, and I'll hand over the session to Srinivasan, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ratna. See this. I'll just share my session, and then maybe I'll take it on so that I can share the agenda also with you. All right. So this webinar, I thought about it when some of our students, our professionals after the program said, we are still not clear how to go about post-workshop preparations, okay, so that we can be confident before we go for their examination. So then when I myself was thinking about it, I got confused. Okay, so then I thought, okay, let's make a beginning, show them some pathway. Okay, but definitely each one have to tailor it to according to their preferences, and then their current level of understanding, experience, grasping power. There are many factors involved, but let me just give some approach to it, and then leave it to the participants, aspirants, how they would like to go about it. Uh, I wanted to give a couple of disclaimers. One is this is not the way to go ahead with the examination. Okay, so it varies from student to student, faculty to faculty. Okay, there is no kind of a clear methodology. This is how you need to prepare. PMI provides the exam content outline and a couple of references, and also they say you have to also reach out to extended references and then be ready. So that's how it's a kind of open-ended, but within this open-ended framework, how we should go about. Okay, there could be multiple approaches, and then I'm just giving you one approach. It is up to you how you want to follow it. So we leave it. Okay, please don't quote to anyone that hey, this is what PMI recommends. This is what Provenches said. Okay, there is no one way to okay approach for your examination. Having said this, I just set a little bit of aggressive agenda for 90 minutes plus maybe another 30 minutes or 20 minutes of Q&A. Most of you know the first dot in the agenda, steps to follow in your PMP certification journey. We normally do it in the first session of our PMP workshop. So I'll just pass through it. If you have any questions, you can ask for it. And then again, very briefly, you all know about it, but just as part of overall perspective, I'll show the structure of the recent PMP 2021 ECO document. And then the third bullet is the primary focus. Okay, a crosswalk between ECO document to PMBOK and the PMP exam prep guide. So this is just a mapping, which is also may not be very accurate. Okay, it is like looking this layout from 5,000 feet height. Okay, so when you go deep dive into it, it will become very comprehensive document, which may kind of become cumbersome to follow. So I just kept it at a high level crosswalk. Second thing, we will not go into discussion on subject matter. Okay, so that means each domain, each task, each enabler, what it means. So that needs a minimum of 35 hours. Okay, it cannot be achieved in 90 minutes. So we won't go into the subject matter expertise part. We will only look from a bird's eye view. And then the fourth, fifth, and sixth bullet, when we read PMBOK, generally we tend to overlook. Okay, but now in the current curriculum, they are very important. So I just picked up one example and then deliberated how do we read through those considerations for agile adaptive environment, and what are the tailoring considerations, how do you read and understand. And there is a section called key concepts in that specific area, each area. Okay, so just to show you, these sections are very important. Okay, just to drive home that particular point. And then the last two, again, form of recap. Okay, how do we study the PMI official references in terms of resource material? And then what would be the tentative timeline, okay, for the study plan in terms of, let's say, a schedule, time-phased schedule, how it will look like. So most of these things, we discussed it in our 35 Contact Us workshop. Now, some of you heard about it, some of you might not have heard from me. So maybe in some workshops we would not have discussed in detail. So we thought, okay, instead of getting into subject matter, we'll try to deliberate in a focused way in this program. So I have about 35 plus slides. So I will not go deep dive into it. I'll pass through it, especially the crosswalk. If I go through a couple of tasks, then you will get a feel of it. So then we can go fast actually. Okay, so in any case, wherever you have questions, feel free to stop. You're all our audience. Even if okay, we are not able to complete it later, you can read it through the document, which we can post it in our e-learning, and you all have access. So that should not be a problem. Okay, right. I'll just get it started straight away. And if you have any pressing questions, please type it in the chat box. Ratna and Prashant will follow that, and then they will basically prompt me with your question, and then we can discuss. So this is a kind of a 10 or 11 step process, which we as for Provinces alumni and students follow this. But in general, this is applicable for everyone. Maybe the steps in green color are specific activities that we undertake. Other things are common for all. Okay, so it all begins with training with Provinces or with any other ATP. Okay, but it is very important. You need to get trained through a authorized training partner, and the trainer who takes the primary responsibility also should be a authorized trainer. So whenever you sign up for any program, make sure, okay, this is taken care. The second is a mandatory request. PMI has standardized the training material for the faculty as well as for the students, so that across the globe, a consistent approach, resources are being used to do the training. So this comes up with a $40 subscription. We actually built into the overall training cost. So all those who pay the training fee, okay, will get it, this particular choice portal from February onwards. Okay, so in January, couple of them are still not paid for the choice portal, but it is mandatory. If any of you are here who have not done it, please take it. Otherwise, your application may be questioned if you submit the application with PMI. And then we will purchase that subscription and then give it to you. For ATP, it comes with around 60% discount. Okay, so you can buy directly also, but that it will cost quite a lot. For us, it is given at a subsidized cost. So we'll buy and then give it to you. And then training, depending upon the partner, okay, it varies from 5 days to 5 weeks. Okay, so currently we deliver our public workshops through a 5-week mode. Okay, so which will amount to 35 contact hours. During the training itself, you can log on to PMI's online application form and then complete the application. Since the training is mandatory, only after completing the training, you will be able to submit the application in the PMI portal. As a extended service, we also cloned the official application into a templated form, and then you can use that template, fill in, and then we will review and give our feedback, and then give it to you in the form of Word document reviewed, and then you can rework on it and then submit it in the PMI portal. Okay, so that is the next step. 1 second, I'll just probably annotate it. So we have done this, done this, done this, done this, done this, done this, done this. So typically PMI takes about 5 to 10 working days, and then they will approve your application form and advise you to pay the examination fee. Okay, that is the 8th step. But you don't need to wait for this administration formalities. The moment you complete your training, okay, you can continue with your preparation. Okay, the preparation will take 2 to 3 months. Later, I'll show you the roadmap how to go about it. And when you are fairly ready, okay, 2 to 4 weeks in advance, you can book the slot with Pearson VUE, or you can also opt for exam writing from home. Okay, the home option also is available, so you can choose, okay, and then book the slot and go ahead and take the examination and get certified. Okay, so this is number of steps how to go about with the PMP examination journey. It's a repeat. We already covered it as part of our training. If any of you still have any questions, please raise your hands or put it in a chat. We can discuss and then move on to the next topic. All right. I'll move forward. So next, let's look at the structure of the exam content outline document. Okay, so this is the syllabus for your PMP examination. Okay, it's very important. All the questions or most of the questions, okay, the starting point is, have you understood, okay, what you are supposed to do as part of any project as a certified or trained, okay, equipped project management professional. So you need to learn these tasks as per these 3 domains, and also you will be tested on these tasks and the related enablers. So this is the 3-level structure. The level 1, you have these 3 domains: people, process, and the business environment. In each domain, there are list of tasks, okay, which delineates the responsibilities of the project manager within each domain. Under each task, there are a set of enablers. So just to give you a more kind of a explanatory, it is not really explanatory, with some easily understandable examples, okay, around these tasks. So they are, PMI call it as a enabler. Okay, so now it's also, you can treat it as a checklist. Before you go for the examination, you can take this ECO document, tick against each task. Okay, do you know to perform these particular activities? And then do you have a good grip on those enablers associated with each task? And you all know this is the weightage that is given to each domain. You have 42% for people, 50% for process, 8% for business environment. Overall number of questions are 180. Okay, earlier it used to be 200. Now it is 180. Now within 180, there is no pre-test questions. All 180 questions are mark-bearing questions. Okay, so accordingly you will have, okay, you can multiply it and find out number of questions. So this is how the structure will be. And the time allocated is 230 minutes. Okay, and you can have 2 breaks, 2 into 10 minutes break. Okay, after 1 hour, I think you can take the first break for 10 minutes, and then another 1 hour you can take the another break of 10 minutes. Okay, so these 20 minutes is not included, okay, in the 230. This is extra. Okay, but if you don't take break, it doesn't mean you get plus 20 minutes. No. Okay, you get only 20 minutes, 230 minutes. Okay, plus 2 breaks to take the examination. Okay, so this is how it is. Any questions on this part? Okay, these are, you all know it, just to reiterate and to make sure that we give a kind of all related information. I covered it. Let's go on to the next part, okay, which is the primary agenda for today. Now, this itself contains around 20 slides. So, I'll not go into specificities of each task, what it means, okay, what you need to learn, what all those things. I'll only walk you through the structure, okay. Even the structure, after 2-3 slides, you will get bored, okay. So I'll pass through with some high level information. Please feel free to, okay, stop me, ask for questions as needed, okay.
So will we get the slides, sir?
These slides,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Sonia.
I will give you that slides. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Right. So now, if you look at it, the first column, the highlighted one is the task. Okay. The highlighted part is the task. Okay. Manage conflict is the task. These three are the enablers. Okay. So this is the pattern we'll follow all through the next 33 or 34 tasks. The second column, okay, I mapped this task to the PM box section. Okay. So the PM box section, it could be in the form of process or any other element. Okay. Later part of it, to get more clarity, I used also a different references. Okay. Which it is very easy for you to connect. Okay. Now within those processes, especially people related tasks, I gave what is the corresponding item. Okay, as part of that process, this is a technique that will be used. Okay, so conflict management is a tool or technique which you will see gets reflected in these three processes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 6 of these processes, conflict management is one of the interpersonal skill referred. Okay, so you can go, and within this, you will find there will be one process where it will be dealt in detail. For example, in this case, so manage project team is the process where conflict management will be discussed in detail. Okay, in terms of directing, compromising, smoothing, yielding, and collaborating. Okay, different methods of conflict resolution. What are the sources of conflict? How you need to handle it. In other processes, okay, they will refer to this particular, okay, detailed section. For example, if it is, let's say, something like 9.8.4.3, I'm just throwing in as an example. So here they will refer to this section, and in develop project charter context, okay, how this technique to be applied. Okay, they will mention it in the form of a short paragraph, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 lines, they will mention it. Okay, so as you study this, okay, you study this particular thing in detail and then go back to the other processes. Okay, what is the specific element involved in that particular process? Okay, understand the variant. Okay, how do you apply conflict management while you are engaging the stakeholder? How do you manage conflict when you are managing the communication? What kind of conflict you will come across when you are developing the project charter? Okay, those specific contextual information, you go through it, and the primary knowledge you can read through it. Okay, so what I'm referring is with respect to PMBOK. Now, you thanks to PMI, you get one more, okay, important primary reference, which is PMI authorized PMP exam prep guide. Here, this conflict management will be dealt as a separate topic. Okay, in 4th chapter, topic D. Okay, you will have a full 2 to 3 page description. Okay, what are the sources of conflict, how to resolve a conflict, followed by you will see an activity. Okay, activity will be in the form of a quiz or some detailed introspection. Okay, so this is how you need to go about and learning. Okay, so look at the checklist. Okay, this is managing task. Conflict is a task within people domain. These are the 3 enablers. And then you can probably, as a first reference, go and read it, because this is a focused reference. Okay, in the exam prep guide. And then keep side by side PMBOK. Okay, in PMBOK, come back and read the primary reference. Okay, where conflict management is dealt in detail. And then you keep a quick kind of a search feature, or use this particular document itself. Go to develop charter, read where is conflict management, what is written there. Go to develop project management plan, read that particular technique. Okay, develop team, go and read that particular technique. Manage communication, do this. Now, if I want to give you approximate timelines to read this topic in PMP exam prep guide, probably it will take you around 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, and then when you come back here to read as part of manage team, it may take maybe another 30 minutes. Okay, most of it what you read here will get repeated. Okay, and if you come to the other cross references, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 into maybe 3 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, so 15 plus 30, 45 plus 45. Okay, you can learn this one particular task. Okay, in about 45 plus 45, 1.5 hours. You can complete it. Once you complete it, maybe you can record it. Okay, I have taken for 1 hour 30 minutes to complete this. Okay, you put a tick and then move on to the next topic. Lead team. Understand what is expected here. 3 plus 4, 7 enablers are there. Go back to 4A. Okay, it will have about 3 or 4 pages. So maximum again 30 to 40 pages. And then come back here. Okay, within these sections, manage project team again, manage project knowledge, monitor stakeholder engagement. These are the 3 processes where the leadership is extensively referred. Within that, once again, manage project team will have a more detailed information. Okay, which will be actually quoted. You can easy to find out that particular section reference. Go back and read. Okay, so this is how you need to go on reading the crosswalk along with that respective references, and then go and do your preparations. Okay, let me pause here. Try and see, have you understood? Do you have any questions? I see one chat window. Okay, this is an earlier information. Anyone have any questions?
So in PMBOK, will we get all these topics which you have mentioned under one topic, sir, conflict management, or are we supposed to search?
You don't need to supposed to search.
Sir?
Okay, these are the specific references. Okay, where it will be explained. In addition to that, conflict and conflict management may be referred in different sections. Okay, if
sir.
you are interested, you just put a word search in the soft copy.
Okay, sir. Okay,
And
sir.
that's advanced learning, I would say. Okay,
Okay.
which you get much more information. Okay, where all this is being used. This is one common technique you can apply for many areas. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, please.
Sir, Srinivas here. So the last column that we mentioned, PMI, PMP exam preparation. So that is the fourth chapter, I think D section. I didn't get that. 4D.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay. Fourth chapter D section, that refers to the same PMBOK guide, right? Or something else?
That refers to this particular task. Okay. So every task in the exam content outline will be a dedicated topic in PMI authorized PMP exam prep guide.
That exam prep guide is something different than the PMP, PMBOK, or?
Yes, both are two separate documents.
Okay, okay. That we supposed to buy that along with PMBOK 6?
Yes.
PMBOK, whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So I'll move on.
So one question regarding the processes that you're referring to in the PMBOK process. Are we supposed to basically learn what are the inputs and outputs of those, or it will be a subset of the enablers?
Very good question. Actually, when we come to the process domain, I thought I will discuss it in detail. Okay.
Okay,
and then,
sure.
Yeah. Okay. So what you need to do is, maybe since anyway, I will explain that. I don't want to change the pattern. Okay. In terms of studying, I have explained it later, but I'll tell it in advance. Okay, you go like this. First, you learn the introduction. Okay, introduction to project management. Okay, from PMBOK, which will give you the definitions, okay, the terms and other things. And then I would advise you to learn the business environment. Okay, I'm just giving you a guideline. Whichever is comfortable for you, you can do that. The business environment from the PMP exam prep guide, which is basically a 5th chapter. Okay. And then I would advise you to go to process domain. Okay, which will be lessons 2 and 3 from PMP exam prep guide, plus the whole PMBOK, complete PMBOK. So for every process related task, go and read that particular chapter fully. Okay. And then you can move on to people, okay, which will be the lessons 1 and 4 from the exam prep guide, plus, okay, from PMBOK, you have all the corresponding tools and techniques as per the crosswalk document that I am giving it to you. Okay, so this is one pattern of learning. If you want another pattern of learning, okay, you can go according to the exam prep guide. Okay, lesson 1 is okay, people. Lesson 2 and 3, process. Okay, lesson 4, okay, again people plus some element of process. Lesson 5 is business environment. Okay, now the whole project management is highly iterative in nature. Okay, so this is how this guide is structured. Okay, this lesson 1 is people, developing high performance teams. Lesson 2 and 3 largely related to process, starting a project and doing a project. Lesson 4 is tracking the team and project performance. Lesson 5 is business environment. Okay, this is how they structured. And okay, I'm giving you another pattern. Whichever is comfortable to you, you can go and read it. Okay, but primarily keep these two references hand in hand, and then anything as needed, you can refer to either the prep guide, okay, and the PMBOK, vice versa. Either way, you can do that. Okay. Shall I move on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Now the third task is support team performance. Okay, how do we support team performance? Appraise the team members, identify the gaps, okay, provide them in terms of training, okay, take and provide feedback, and then suggest appropriate performance improvement. Okay, so now where do we find it? Okay, 4B is the dedicated topic. Okay, read it, and then through your leadership, okay, you need to support the team performance. Again, these are the 3 areas. Okay, now when you come to these kind of task, you will find exam prep contains more information. Okay, now how do I say that it contains more information? One area is when it comes to agile methodologies. Okay, one of the primary role of project manager is to support the team performance. Okay, so in such case, the PMBOK may not contain very detailed information, okay, with respect to these tasks. So, but the PMP exam prep guide will have more information. Okay, so that is why I'm saying for all people related domain, do a thorough reading with respect to the PMP exam prep guide, and selectively come back and refer to the PMBOK, okay, which I have given to an extent. Okay, empower team members, okay, and stakeholders. Okay, it's a dominant topic when it comes to agile methodologies. Okay, so PMBOK may not have sufficient reference. Okay, so topic 1D will give you more information. So you will see that this part, not much of references you find here. Okay, within that, for example, evaluate, okay, and demonstration of task accountability, support task accountability. Okay, so determine and bestow levels of decision making authority. Okay, these are all the things, okay, can be practiced using RASI matrix. So that is why I have given RASI, but RASI is not sufficient. Okay, so this empowering the team, okay, through servant leadership, okay, and other aspects of supporting team task accountability, okay, and the determine and bestow levels of decision making authority, etc., will be explained in detail in the prep guide. So you take this as a primary reference, and your
Yeah, I think there is a network disruption in Sir's place. Just we'll give him a minute for him to join back.
Sure.
Okay.
hello.
Yes, sir, we lost you.
Okay, actually, internet. I don't know why my internet is going out now and then. Okay, I'll share it. Okay. Any questions when I was offline? Shall I continue? Shall I move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So you'll see here the people domain, okay, the PMBOK cross-reference will be limited, okay, especially when it comes to agile-related activities. Ensure team members, stakeholders are adequately trained. It is there. It is part of developed team within PMBOK, and then an appropriate tool or technique is training. You will find it in PMBOK. But more information will be available in the first chapter of, okay, your PMP exam prep guide. Okay, so when it comes to these kind of areas, you can find that you can finish it very easily. Okay, so here probably it may take 30 minutes. Okay, so both put together, it may take another 15 minutes. So in 45 minutes, you can complete this particular task. Okay, so it will help you, okay, to prepare, okay, with the form of checklist. Okay, these tasks will be easy, but on the other hand, when it comes to process domain, you will see that the depth and the time taken to read those topics will be very high. So ultimately, it all will result into 100, 120 hours of learning. Okay, yeah, I see some chat windows. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, okay. I think looks like when my screen went out, those questions were asked. Next, sixth task is build a team. The build a team, manage conflict. These are all hot topics in PMP examination. Okay, so the team development is a very, very important aspect, whether it is agile methodology or predictive methodology. It doesn't make any difference. Okay, this is one of the important activity of project manager. So the 1A, okay, that's why PMI chose building and developing high performance teams as the first chapter, okay, in the guide. Okay, so within that, build team is the first task. So here in PMBOK, there is only one process, which is develop team, and then how do you evaluate whether team is high performance? Individual and team based assessments is the appropriate technique. Okay, so these are the very clear areas. Okay, you need to focus on this topic through PMI authorized PMP exam prep guide. Okay, I'll move on further. Seventh task, address and remove impediments. Okay, so this is very clearly collaborative leadership related topic. Okay, the role of project manager in agile methodology related projects is a servant leadership. Okay, which one of the role is empower and equip the team, clear the impediments and blockers. Okay, help them to be a high performance team consistently across the project. Okay, so you will see that these enablers gain a lot of importance. Your questions in the exam will be around that enablers. Okay, you see here, use network to implement solutions to remove impediments, obstacles, blockers for the team. A highly agile centered topic. Okay, how to do these things you will find under topic 4C, fourth chapter, third topic. Okay, they will, within PMBOK, there is a limited reference, okay, which is largely related to leadership. Even there, okay, it may not be very strong. So you get a fuller understanding as part of the exam prep guide. Eighth task, negotiate project agreement. So you will see that it involves in both areas, okay, predictive life cycle as well as agile life cycle. There are different situations where the PM has to exercise his negotiation skill. So it is balanced in both. 1C addresses the art of negotiation. Within PMBOK, 3+3, 6 processes use negotiation as a tool. Okay. Acquire resources. You have to negotiate with the functional managers and others. Develop team. Okay. So you need to negotiate. Control resources. You need to negotiate. Conduct procurement. You need to negotiate with vendors and contractors. Okay. Control procurement. Ongoing. Okay. The negotiation is required whenever there is a change of scope, performance is slipping. Okay. To achieve the project objectives. Manage stakeholder engagement. Once again, you need to have that negotiation. Okay, what kind of appropriate role the stakeholder needs to perform. Okay, if they are reluctant, how do you convince them? All those things are involved. Okay, you need to handle it through negotiation. Okay, how do you negotiate? These are the enablers. Okay, analyze the boundaries, assess the priorities of project to reach the ultimate objectives. Okay, and then as you move on, okay, verify and then continue, okay, through the project, participate in the agreement negotiations, and determine an appropriate strategy for negotiation. Okay, so these are the enablers. Sometimes in these topics, you may find the need for going for an extended references. Okay, for example, when it comes to negotiation strategy, okay, you may not find a direct answer both in PMBOK as well as in the prep guide. Okay, so PMI gives you a list of additional references. Either you can get an access to that, or you can just search in the internet what are the various negotiation strategies. You will find in the Wikipedia and other references, okay, which you can complete it. Okay, so once you go through all these check boxes, then you can tick it. Probably this topic may need little more time. Okay, so make a note of it, how much time you have spent on these areas. I'll go on further. Collaborate with the stakeholders. Okay, the collaboration is required primarily in the area of stakeholder engagement. Okay, so that is the reference you find in PMBOK. And in the authorized prep guide, 4th chapter, topic E stresses on collaborate with stakeholders. Okay, and then build shared understanding. Highly agile centric topic. So you find in 1st chapter, topic G. Okay, as part of servant leadership and other attributes of project manager. Engage and support virtual teams. So you will find a good references on both the material, 1st chapter, okay, topic F, as well as acquire resources and develop team. Virtual team is a specific technique. Okay, so you will find a good amount of information for you to get insight on how do we engage and support virtual teams. Any questions? Topic 12, define team ground rules. Okay, again, you have references on both the material. Chapter 1, topic B in PMP exam prep guide. In PMBOK, it is plan resource management, develop team, and manage stakeholder engagement. Okay, ground rules is used as a specific technique. Okay, how do we do that? Mentor relevant stakeholders, a balanced topic you find in both the areas. Mentoring is an ongoing activity. So you will find in track, team, and project performance, 4th chapter and topic F. So here you see manage communications, okay, develop team. These are the things. And in 3rd chapter, okay, you will find the project manager roles and responsibilities and the PMO functions and responsibilities. So you will find in the first 3 chapters, introductory chapters 1, 2, 3. So there you can find, okay, how do we mentor, coach, and what are the roles and responsibilities of project manager. Okay, The corresponding technique is training and feedback mechanism. I think 14th topic is the last topic, I guess. Promote team performance through application of emotional intelligence. This is a specific interpersonal skill. So it is their part of 4G. Specific technique is EI, individual EI, team EI. Okay, both are discussed as part of managed team in the project management process as per the PMBOK guide. Okay. Yeah, so this is the 14 task as part of ECO document, and corresponding prep guide references and the PMBOK references with respect to processes and associated tools and techniques. This can be an effective checklist for you as you keep reading towards your PMP exam prep. Questions?
Sir, I have a question that mostly the sections or tasks that covered under people domain. So, which is more seems relevant to the resource management topic, the process which was there in PMBOK 6, and along with that some more additions that what Scrum Master playing in Agile as per the guide, Agile guide. So, if maybe my understanding is right, sir, or something elaborated more in the.
No, I will not agree with you, because the people centricity, okay, is applicable to all knowledge areas. Okay, but if you want to see where there's a extensive mapping, okay, you can say resource management, communication management, and then stakeholder engagement. Okay, but it is not limited to that. When it comes to integration management, okay, definitely PM has a key role to play in terms of managing people and stakeholders with his leadership, interpersonal negotiation, and other things. That's why you will see, okay, it is referred in many places. Okay, again, when it comes to the other areas, when you develop the project plan, okay, you need to engage team and stakeholder. So the people centricity, okay, is spread through all the knowledge areas. Okay, that is one of the important change they have made between the old ECO and the new ECO, bringing people to the domain level and give 42% weightage for people. So we cannot discriminate it. This is largely revolves around resource management, communication management, and stakeholder management. Okay, it is applicable in all the areas.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Okay, right. So as much as I'm giving, okay, this much of people focus, it is like there's an equal balance to be made on the process focus. Okay, how do we do that? I would always consider like this. Okay, project management is an art and science. Okay, now the art is revolving around people. Okay, the science is the technical aspects of project management. Okay, so that means your system, processes, okay, artifacts, okay, indicators, etc. Okay, so this is science. Okay, this is art. Okay, so in a ECO 2021 terminology, this is people and this is process. Okay, so this carries 50% weightage. Okay, so as much as people are important, process is also equally important. Now, both of them are in place, but if the project manager does not align with the business environment, which largely characterized through enterprise environmental factors, okay, then also the project will fail to meet the objectives. So this, okay, in earlier scenario is undermined. So now they have elevated it as a third domain with 8% weightage, because this is not as complex as process. So you can cover it with about 5 or 6 tasks. So it carries 8% weightage. Okay. So now let's look through the process part of it. So if you look at it, the first task says execute project with urgency required to deliver business value. Okay. They don't talk about any specific knowledge area. Okay. But they say that you understand the project and the customer business. Okay. Accordingly, you deliver their value. Don't just look at the deliverable of the project. Okay. Aspire to deliver business value. Okay. Now, how do I approach? Okay. One of the direct answer is choose an appropriate methodology. Okay. So which you will see chapter 3B, okay, which is doing the work. Okay. And they talk about choosing the right methodology, plus establishing a MVP, minimum viable product, and then subordinate your deliveries associated with that. So you will see some extensive references to Agile. Okay. And when it comes to PMBOK, okay, we discuss it as part of the first 3 chapters in terms of life cycle, okay, and methodologies. Okay, that's very, very important. That okay, understands the urgency required to deliver business value, choose an appropriate methodology, and then okay, decide what is the minimum viable product that will add highest business value to the customer, and then work towards that. Okay, so you start with 3B, and then the 3B itself will give some cross references both to PMBOK. In addition to that, it also will give references to Agile Practice Guide by PMI. Okay, practice guide. I didn't give the related references here, but that book also will come to you when you enroll your membership. Okay, so go to that and then understand it in detail, these elements. Okay, the first task is little complex, but when it comes to second task onwards, the job is very easy. Manage communications. Okay, so here they don't detail it much, but when you read it, go and read the communication chapter fully. Plan communication, manage communication, and monitor communication, all related processes, tools, techniques, etc. Okay, so possibly, okay, I can recommend you start with PMBOK, read this chapter, and then you go and validate it with the exam prep guide. Okay, so earlier when it comes to people domain, I said you start with prep guide and then come back to PMBOK. Now I'm saying start with PMBOK and go back to the prep guide so that you get the fullest understanding when it comes to communication. So learning this topic probably may take 4 to 6 hours. Okay, because I'm asking you to read the full chapter. Okay, after you read this full chapter, reading this as usual will take only 30 minutes. Okay, it won't take more time. You'll be able to cover it full. Okay, after completing it, come back here. Okay, can I manage communication in my project? How do I analyze communication needs? How do I determine communication methods? Okay, do I have an answer? Okay, if not, go back and look at some specific references and make a tick. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So then your study is completed. Any questions? Okay, now the pattern is going to remain, be the same. So I'll move faster. Assess, task number 3, assess and manage project risks. Okay, so you see here there is an entire chapter, I think around 75 plus pages. Okay, read the risk management chapter fully, and then you go back and validate with the third chapter, topic A, which will be very minimal information, a subset. Okay, so this chapter reading may take about a week's time. Okay, in a normal scenario, if you go and deep dive into it. Okay, whether it is required for examination or not, I would suggest go and read this chapter fully. Okay, because this is a golden opportunity to specialize. Okay, learning how to develop a strategy for risk management, how to identify risk, how to perform qualitative, quantitative. Okay, whether what kind of level examination expect, don't worry about it. Read this chapter thoroughly. That will be my recommendation. Okay, so maybe going through it may take 6 to 10 hours. Okay, but invest that time, read this chapter full, and then go back and read this exam prep guide. Okay, and then you can complete this activity. Engage stakeholders, go through the stakeholder management fully. Okay, so you'll see every knowledge area keep coming. Plan and manage budget and resources. Okay, so here they talk about cost management, and the next task talks about resource management. So, okay, go back and read. Here they have combined it in 2C, which may not be really sufficient. When you have a excellent reference in the form of PMBOK, okay, go back and read in detail. Okay, in terms of resource management and in terms of cost management. And then scheduling. Okay, the topic 2D will give you exam prep reference, okay, and details. But in PMBOK, okay, read thoroughly, okay, the schedule management chapter. Okay, now probably for a first timer, this chapter, okay, may take maybe even 2 weeks time, okay, to read this. Okay, it's a big chapter, but you'll see that, okay, yeah, okay, this chapter, okay, the scheduling, okay, is a hub. Okay, all other things, resources, cost, risk, scope, everything will form part of the scheduling. So, okay, I'm very passionate about this chapter. Probably you may take 2 weeks to study this chapter. Okay, we also in our training gives a lot of importance to it. Read thoroughly, okay, and then get a grip on it. And then when it comes to plan and manage quality of the products and deliverables, is mostly related to quality management. So you have it in 2E. Okay, so you can read about it in that one. There's nothing much to discuss more. I'm just mapping to specific chapters and you need to read it. Okay, scope management. Okay, then integration management. Okay, so this is how you need to go through 9, 2 more, I think 3 more activities. Manage project changes. Okay, this is part of integration management. You have a specific process. Perform integrated change control. Integrated change control, and then authorized PMP guide. It is 3F. So there are two related activities in PMBOK. One is task number 10, managing project changes. And then there is another one, task number 12, okay, called managing project artifacts in terms of versions and other elements, which is covered as part of, again, integration management through a technique called project configuration management plan and configuration management as a technique. Okay. So which is part of integrated change control process and develop project management plan process. Okay. So when you cover topic 3E plus from PMBOK these sections, you'll really get a comprehensive understanding. Okay, I want you to do that. Okay, there is a separate task, task number 13, determine appropriate project methodology and methods. Okay, so which is given as part of the introduction to project management 1.2.4.1, project and development life cycle, and then later it will also be referred to in integration management, develop project management plan. Okay, and you have an extensive reference as part of Agile Practice Guide, and in PMI Authorized Prep Guide, it is 2A. Okay, this is the heart of the whole system. Okay, for a project manager, this is the heart. Okay, so you have to be very strong, okay, as far as this development methodology is concerned. If you are strong with it, all other areas, okay, you can seamlessly refer. Okay, for example, if your chosen methodology is adaptive, okay, how do you manage scope? How do you manage schedule? Okay, how do you manage risk, etc.? All those things, okay, you should be able to speak. Okay, that is why this is very, very important. Okay, which is that's one reason. Okay, you need to read this book thoroughly, Agile Practice Guide. Okay, this small 2A may not be sufficient. You need to read Agile Practice Guide, and even PMBOK, the references will not be extensive. Okay, task number 13 plus other associated references needs this Agile Practice Guide. Okay, so these are the 13 areas as part of the process domain is concerned. Okay, I guess there is one more. Let me see. Yeah, two more. Establish project governance. We have it in chapter 2 in PMBOK in terms of organization structures and governance. But more information will be available in 2H, okay, in the PMP author, the exam prep guide. This is actually a new topic. Okay, earlier we don't stress much in terms of project governance. We only focus on organization structures and the roles and responsibilities. But now there is a separate topic called project governance. In the upcoming 7th edition, this will be a specific area by itself. Okay, governance. And the last one, manage project issues. There is no separate chapter. It is part of integration management. You will see it as part of monitor and control project work, as well as direct and manage project execution. You will see the reference to issue log. Okay, so in exam prep guide, 3G is the topic that deals with issue management. Okay, how do you recognize, how do you document, how do you track, and then bring it to a timely closure of issues. Okay, that's very important topic when it comes to while executing the project. Okay, so these are the 15. Anything more? Yeah, 16. Ensure knowledge transfer and plan and manage project closure. Yeah, these are the process related tasks, 17 tasks. Okay, plan and manage closure, you all know very well, is part of integration. And here in the second chapter, topic I deals with project and phase closure and transitions. Knowledge transfer is a favorite topic, which will cut across multiple knowledge areas, but predominantly spoken about in managed project knowledge as part of integration management. In authorized prep guide, 3H is the topic. Any questions before we move on to domain 3?
Sir, could you please go to task 10?
In process?
Yeah, yes, in process.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
So in terms of manage project changes, right? Is there any reference to tools or is this a general topic?
A good question. See, you will see from the beginning, the change okay, in project will actually come across two areas. The first is anticipate and embrace need for change. Okay, that means any project, okay, is embarked to move an organization from as is to be. So there is a change required for the organization to embrace. Okay, and this is one part of it. In order to make this change, you come up with the need analysis and then come up with requirements and then develop project management plan. Okay, the goal is to move the organization from as is to be. So once you come up with a plan and the life cycle methodology, associated plan, as you start working on it, some of the parameters of the plan will likely to undergo change. Okay. Now, if that change is not admitted in a controlled manner, this journey may affect in terms of time or in terms of budget or in terms of even the intent of the project. So these changes need to be managed through a change management process. Okay, so that is why this is identified as a separate topic. Okay, so you see here, anticipate and embrace need for change. In order to do that, okay, define and follow a change management practice within your project. Okay, so what is the strategy and approach to handle changes when the project is into the different stages? Execute change management strategy according to the defined methodology. Okay, determine a change response to move the project forward. Once again, okay, how you take the organization into the path forward to, okay, move the organization into a future state. Okay, so in PMBOK, you will see the second part largely addressed. How do you manage changes through a change management process? But how do you embrace change proactively to move the organization from A to B? Okay, will not be addressed well. So you will see that now this 3F will have more details in terms of how do you anticipate and embrace change? How do you have a change management practice? Make sure that the changes are controlled without a proper process and mechanism. You don't simply induct change into your projects, then it will result into scope creep and so many other areas.
All right. Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay. Good. I'll go to the third one because that is also a new area you need to know. Domain 3, okay, which is elevated domain from earlier first 3 chapters of PMBOK. Okay, very, very important for a practitioner. Okay, there are limited number of tasks, 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 tasks. Okay, so the first is how do you plan and manage compliances? Okay, so you will see that as part of 5A. And then in PMBOK, okay, you will see the compliance activities needs to be planned. Okay, you will see that here, plan. Okay, first you bring it into your requirements. Okay, and then do a risk analysis on that. Use appropriate plans and methods to manage compliances. Again, analyze consequence of non-compliance, which is also part of risk analysis, and then make sure they are addressed well. And then determine necessary approach to address compliance. Okay, you will, if you go into the details, you may even find a compliance plan. Okay, you develop a plan to address these compliance, or you can address it as part of managed quality process. Okay, which revolves around process. Okay, and the other, okay, in terms of the internal and external environmental factors, how do you factor them into the project, and then make sure that they are followed through audits, okay, and other process improvement initiatives, okay, PIPs. How do you handle it? So, okay, you need to understand the importance and significance of compliance, and then make sure they are planned appropriately and they are assessed, okay, through risk assessment and other related assessments, okay, and do that. So in the exam prep guide, 5A addresses this specific aspect of it. Okay. So these are some of the major changes as per the new curriculum. Then comes benefits and value. Okay. So once again, there is a specific section here in PMBOK in the first chapter, 1.2.6.2. In the authorized prep guide, fifth chapter is business environment. Topic B addresses the benefit identification, analysis, delivering business value, how do you track them, etc., etc. Okay, so these are, to me, low-hanging fruits, very important, easy to learn and easy to score in your examination. Okay, the third topic is evaluate and address external business environment changes for impact on scope. Okay, the business environment around the project and the organization might go through changes, okay, in terms of political, marketplace conditions, and other things might change. When that changes, how do you bring those related changes into your project? Okay, so you will see that initially you consider all of them and then build a justification for your project through business case, okay, and take the project approval, and then you will start the project through project charter. And then time to time, during the decision gates or milestone reviews, you need to review the progress and output, validate it against the business case and the project charter. Okay, these things will be there in PMBOK. Okay, the specific element, how to deal with it, you will find in 5th chapter, topic C. So these two will help you to adapt this particular aspect very well. Okay, so you will also see this in terms of release planning, sprint planning, backlog grooming. Okay, these are all agile related adjustment. How do you handle when there is a business change, environment change to your project, for which you read this agile practice guide given by PMP. Okay, so you have PMBOK, agile practice guide, and PMP exam prep, this particular section. Okay, so these three will give you a better insight. Okay, how do you handle this area? And the fourth one is support organization level change. Okay, once again, in terms of as is to be org level change required, for which how the project should support. Okay, in terms of cultural change, okay, in terms of the process and behavioral change at the org level, okay, impact of such change and what are the required actions to be implemented as part of the project. Okay, so this is actually a, I would say a very new topic, quite a less coverage in the PMBOK. Okay, so you will see the bridge in 5D. Okay, so together you can manage this particular activity well. Okay, so you see there are two topics related to change. We saw one as part of process and the other one as part of the business environment. So you can understand the importance of change. One change you need to adapt, and the other change you need to manage so that okay, so you reach the project objectives without any hampering. So this is the crosswalk, and let me see how are we doing in terms of time. We have 30 more minutes. I think we can manage, but I would like to pause here for any comments, remarks, and questions.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes, Yogesh.
Okay. There's a question actually which I had regarding specific to the you mentioned about the handbook for agile methodologies, right? Agile guide. I think
Agile
staff
practice
13.
guide. Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So from where do we get that? Or is it part of the student handbook?
It is part of the PMI membership benefit. Okay. So if you look at it, this is the PMBOK guide. Okay, once you enroll the membership, you'll get it. Okay. As part of it, you see here the PMBOK guide 6th edition plus Agile practice guide.
Okay.
Okay. So this will be a sandwiched document. You will find at the end. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is that guide. Yeah, this will be there at the end of it.
Okay, the appendix.
Yeah,
X3.
not appendix, it's a document by itself.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I think this is that guide. Yeah, you can find out. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, this is that cover page of this. Agile practice guide.
Okay. Okay.
It is in 797th page to 978 page.
Yeah.
897, around 120 pages plus.
Right.
Easy to follow. See, I tell you, when you can, if you read through the 650 page PMBOK, okay, this is a dessert at the end. Okay, you can treat that as the main dish and this is the dessert. Okay, you can happily read in maximum 5 days, not more than that. Okay, but it is worth reading. Okay, yeah. Any other questions from anybody else? Okay, there are a few more things. I'll quickly go through it. There is something called in PMBOK consideration for agile and adaptive environment. Okay, you will see that section has just about a half a page or 2/3 of a page. Okay, but it is very, very important. Okay, if the particular project follows an agile methodology, what are the considerations you need to factor with respect to that particular knowledge area? Okay, is something you need to introspect and then adapt. Okay, I will take it to you through an example. The PMBOK guide, each knowledge area contains a section named consideration for agile. This needs to be focused very well. Since 50% of the questions out of 180 questions, 90 of them are based on agile methodologies. Okay, I don't see this as a risk or threat for the exam takers. I see this as a benefit, because agile should be simple, correct? So for me, I treat this as a low-hanging fruit. 50% of the questions are based on agile, so I can answer them very easily. So that should be your mindset. Okay. For that, it is more of a mental adoption is important than reading through some 100 to 200 pages of document. Okay. So your thinking process should be triggered when it comes to that. Okay. So you need to ask this question. If the project follows agile methodology, how do I perform this knowledge area activities differently is the question you need to ask. And you should find out an answer. Okay. The answer will be there in that particular chapter itself. Okay. So you can, as you read it, you can search out and then find. I'll just give a quick example. Okay. This I have picked up from integration management. Okay. So this is just a 2-paragraph. Iterative and agile approaches promote the engagement of team members as local domain experts in integration management. Okay, the team members determine how plans and components should integrate. Okay. Let me continue the second chapter also, second paragraph also. The expectations of the project manager as noted in key concepts for integration management. This is another section. Do not change in an adaptive environment. What he says is, no matter you follow a predictive approach or agile approach, the key concepts with respect to integration management does not undergo any change. But this but word is a dangerous word everywhere. Okay. Control of the detailed project planning and delivery is delegated to the team when it comes to agile methodology. Okay. It is not project manager and project management team develops the detailed planning. It is the project team develops the detailed planning. Okay, the project manager's focus is on building a collaborative decision-making environment and ensuring the team has the ability to respond to changes. Okay, so it is an empowerment, equipping, enabling collaborative decision-making is the role of project manager. Okay, while the team develops the detailed plan, decide how to integrate, etc., etc. Okay. Now, when you read it, okay, I just put this next slide. These are all the keywords you need to underline. Okay. What do we mean by engaging team members as local domain experts? Okay, you need to explore. Okay, the team member decides or determines how plans and components should be integrated. You need to ask questions. And then, okay, the control of the detailed product planning and delivery is delegated to the team. What is this product planning? How it is being detailed in Agile? How it is delegated to the team? You have to find answers. Okay. What is project manager's focus in such scenario? Okay. That is building a collaborative decision-making environment. How the project manager should equip? Okay. The team has the ability to respond to changes. Now I don't have an answer to all these questions, but you need to ask for yourself and then go and read it through the Agile Practice Guide and the PMBOK. Okay. So I just asked a few questions. Okay, maybe we'll try to answer. How team member is engaged as part of development of integrated project plan? Anybody? Can you answer? How do you engage team? Okay, the answer is the team develops the detailed plan. Okay, first cut answer. The second cut answer is, okay, when you go through the agile methodology, you will have a something called a release plan. Release plan. Within release plan, you will have sprint, multiple sprints. Okay, and then finally it will result in a release. Now each sprint, okay, how do you develop the sprint plan? Okay, who decides, okay, what stories, okay, to be taken up within each sprint? Okay, you will see that the project team decides. Okay, the project manager or scrum master, okay, is more of a coach. Okay, so these are the ways you need to learn. Okay, next question. Who decides how the components of product to be integrated? Straight away the answer is team. It is there. Who develops detailed, okay, product roadmap into the detailed plan? The product roadmap, okay, will come through product manager. Product manager. The detailed plan is developed by project team. Okay. What is the role of project manager in adaptive life cycle? Okay, is more of a coach, okay, a servant leader, okay, and a supportive role to enhance the project team performance, enable collaboration, okay, remove impediments. Okay, these are all the role the project manager will play. As a project manager, how do you enhance the skill set of the team in order to prepare them to work in an agile environment? Okay, you will find in that PMP prep guide, there is something called generalized experts, okay, in the agile environment in terms of narrow specialized SMEs. Okay, so this will not be an answer in an agile. The team should have expertise. Okay, that they use the term called generalized experts. Okay, so this part of it is specialized SMEs to be discouraged and generalized expertise need to be encouraged. Okay, so these are all the agile considerations to be, okay, looked at when you undertake the project as per agile methodologies. Okay, so little tricky, okay, but in every area this particular section is given. You will see that the same thing is replicated in agile practice guide, and they will have specific aspects. Whatever I told you, they will have a detailed explanation in the agile practice guide. Okay, that needs to be read by you. Any questions? Okay, I'll move on to the next part. Okay, something called tailoring guidelines. Okay, now this tailoring is very, very important because right at the beginning, okay, you need to decide what is an appropriate methodology. Accordingly, your standard approach need to be tailored. Okay, so what are the tailoring guidelines? Once again, with the agile introduced with 50% weightage, okay, you need to get an answer. Okay, the tailoring guidelines in integration management includes, okay, what is an appropriate life cycle? What is the development life cycle? What kind of governance and management approach to be followed? Okay, how do you handle knowledge management in our project? Okay, how do we handle change management? How do we handle governance? How do we handle lessons learned in our project? So you will see those answers and questions. Okay, just to go and get yourself equipped. Okay, so earlier students have to simply skip these sections, but now you need to read them thoroughly. Okay, that's I just wanted to highlight and sensitize you. That's why I brought it. The key concepts within each area is again a simple, if I don't have time to read very elaborately, I just want to get a grip of the key concept one day before going for the exam. Go back and read this section. Okay. Of course, you would have already read the complete chapter before, but the key concept, it is always good to recap, okay, once in a while and at the end. Okay, and so this is how, okay, there are other sections in PMBOK. These are all there in every chapter. The first 3 or 4 subsections in terms of agile consideration, tailoring guidelines, key concepts, and emerging practices in that particular area. Okay, no matter whether they are asking questions, how many questions, forget about it. For your own understanding and specialization, read through these sections. Okay, then you will be fully equipped for the examination. So this is my last section, how to prepare, okay, for the examination. This also I have already covered in each of your training. Just to recap, and then if you have any questions to answer, I added it here. So I've taken one small portion, okay, how to read through these resources. Okay, this is just one technique called process audit. Okay, so this is picked up from the PMP prep guide. Quality audits are used to verify compliance, okay, with organizational policies, processes, and procedures. Generally, they are conducted by a team external to the project, such as internal audit team or PMO. Audits are generally used to do the following. Okay, these are the activities, okay, prescribed as part of any audit. Any remediation should reduce the overall cost of quality and increase the customer acceptance of the project's deliverable. They may also be used to verify implementation of CRs that includes okay, plan, document updates, corrective actions, defect repairs, and preventive actions. Okay, just like a story, you can read it in 60 seconds or 90 seconds, but that is not sufficient for your PMP exam. Okay, so after reading this portion, okay, I have underlined these words. Okay, why do we conduct audit? To verify compliance. What are the things that I verify against policies, processes, procedures? Who does the audit? Generally, a team external to the project. What is that team called? Typically, an internal audit team or PMO. Typically, not always. Okay. What are the aspects they cover? These are 4 bullets. Okay. Now everything will get underlined, so I didn't underline those 4 bullets. Anything in the form of bullet is critical for examination. And then, how do I handle remediations? What is the impact of an audit? It should ultimately reduce the cost of quality and increase the customer satisfaction. What else we cover as part of audit? We also cover effective implementation of CRs, corrective actions, and defect repairs. Now, these many questions you can expect from this one piece of data that you find in PMBOK as well as in the PMP exam prep guide. So if you have an answer for all those questions that I asked, you have specialized in this particular snippet. Okay, I have put down those 7 questions here. Define quality audit, you should know. What is the purpose of conducting quality audit? You should know. Who conducts the audit? You should know. Okay, which aspects are covered as part of audit? Okay, the items, all the bulleted items. Okay, which of the following is an outcome of an audit? Okay, you will find options. You need to choose the right option. Reduce the cost of quality, increase the customer satisfaction, increase the confidence of the stakeholders on you and your project performance. Audit is a process or tool or technique or a document. Okay, now you know audit is a technique. Okay, audit is done as part of which process? Okay, so typically it is done as part of managed quality process. However, It is also done as part of risk monitoring. It is also done as needed as part of close project. Like that, there are few other processes where the term audit as a technique referred. Okay, you will also find it as part of control procurement. Okay, where you will do a procurement audit. Okay, like that. Okay, you will do it at different parts of the project journey. Now, where do I find answer for all these things? Okay, this one page, okay, is sufficient to get an answer from most of it. But the other answers, okay, you have to go through the PMBOK or any other references, okay, to get an answer. So if you have answer for these 7 questions, any question asked on audit, you will be able to answer. Closing your eyes, you will answer. Okay. When I say closing your eyes, as you read the question only, you will look for an answer. Okay. And you will find that answer in the 4 options. You will click and then keep moving forward. Okay. That should be your level of confidence when you sit for the examination. Okay. So this is how you need to read the book. Questions? Okay. So the last part, okay, the overall roadmap and approach. We shared with our people already this particular plan at the beginning of each workshop. So you have a mandatory training over 4 or 5 weeks, followed by application filling, submission formalities, and then preparation, okay, in terms of prep guide, L5, L1, L2, L3, L4, agile practice guide. Okay, as you do it, keep your PMBOK side by side and then go through thoroughly. I just suggested based on the weightage of each lesson, 5 days, 5 days, 10 days, etc. So overall, I have given 30 days to read through the 5 lessons and 10 days to go through the Agile practice guide. Okay, I presume you will read PMBOK parallelly. Okay, so this plan is prepared based on the PMI prep guide, keeping PMBOK as the additional reference. Okay, that's why you will see starting the project, I have given 2 full weeks. Okay, creating a high performance team, 1 week. Like that, it is there. This is one alternative. You can define your own alternative. And then pre-assessment. Okay, mock exam 1, and then review it for 5 days. Okay, where all the areas you missed it, go back to respective resource material, make sure, okay, you do it, recap it once more, and then take a mock exam 2, and then go through another review for about 2-3 days, and then go for your final exam. So you can do a reverse planning from the date you set the final exam date, and then go through it systematically. Okay, so this is one typical approach. Okay, I'm not saying this is the way. Please don't mistake me. We are only giving you some kind of rough cut plan. Okay. Key resources: the PMP exam content outline document, PMP exam prep guide, which comes with you as part of the training, PMBOK. Okay, I should put the other one, plus Agile practice guide. When you enroll membership, you get it. Okay, and then read the first chapter of the PMBOK. You will get the introduction to project management, very important, that forms basis for rest of the learning. And then you can go with business environment, lesson 5 of the guide and chapter 2 of PMBOK. Then process the whole PMBOK along with the PMP exam prep guide lesson 2 and 3. Okay, then people domain, PMP exam prep guide lesson 1 and 4, okay, supported by PMBOK. Okay, and then do the activities for each topic from the guide, and there is something called a mastery builder, okay, which is nothing but an extended quiz with about 15-20 questions for each lesson. Okay, you do those things, and use ProVenture's e-learning portal in terms of the flashcards and the smaller mock test and the full-fledged mock test. So these things will help you to crack the exam confidently in your first attempt. Okay, so there ends my presentation. We have 10 more minutes to take questions and remarks and feedback.
How much is this passing score, sir?
The passing score, they don't give it in the form of score sheet. They give it in the form of rating, needs improvement lowest, and then below target, and then target, above target. Okay, so this will be in the form of a linear scale. And once you complete your exam, okay, they'll put a arrow here. Okay, so if this is target range, if your performance is here, you pass the exam. Over and above, bonus. Okay, generally ProVenture's audience will score in this zone, above target zone. Okay, so these two are fail. Okay, these two are pass. Okay, this should be your score. Please remember, 1 or 2 questions may move this arrow by 1 or 2 millimeter on this side. Okay, still it is fail. So be careful. Let your preparation not be for this. Let your preparation for this and above. Okay, then you don't need to worry about okay, this particular indicator. Okay.
Yes.
This, okay, once upon a time, PMI used to say, okay, 106 out of 175 questions, okay, which they have discontinued. Okay, I'm still expecting 65% will be the safe average for you to pass the exam. Okay, so we keep 65 as the cutoff when we give, okay, rating in our Provi portal. Okay, so but we always recommend when you take our Mark 1 and 2, you should score 70% and above. Okay, if you do Mark 1 and Mark 2 70% and above, you will be here in your final exam.
Sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any other question? Why everybody is very silent? We all understood well, or
Hi sir, this is Fanindra.
Yes, Fanindra.
So there are 3 domains, right? So in each domain, we need to reach the target, or overall, if we reach target, that should be passed?
Overall.
Okay. That means, for example, there are total 180 questions.
Let's say process, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe target. Okay, let's say people, maybe above target, if you are a people-centric person. Let's say business environment, you overlooked and it is, let's say, need improvement, lowest. Still, okay, if you score, if your overall score is above the, okay, preset margin, you will be pass.
Okay.
Okay, your indicator here is overall indicator, but the detailed evaluation, they will give it at the individual domain level.
Okay.
Okay, just for your own introspection and improvement.
So if you cross 65% overall, then that should be target.
Safe.
We are
Safe.
reaching the target.
Yes, yes, you're right.
Okay.
Okay,
okay sir.
Right. Any other question from anyone? If not, I think you can start filling the feedback forms. Okay. And we will post this presentation as part of our e-kit, so that will be useful for anyone. And we'll put some form of disclaimer in the cover slide, so that people don't take it as the kind of a PMI's official recommendation or etc. etc. So that will actually backfire us. So, and then we will post this document in our e-kit. Ratna, you can share the feedback form.
Shared, sir.
Yeah, okay. Anybody else, you have any question? May be related to this, may not be related to it, no problem. So you are all part of our Provi alumni. Another announcement, from March onwards, we are planning to host a series of 4 to 6 webinars covering the people domain of PMP examination. Okay, so in each webinar, we will cover 2 to 4 tasks. Okay, we'll start with, I think, building a high performance team, which actually one of our panel faculty by name, B. Krishnamurthy, a very, very experienced and a senior person. He's going to handle those topics. So I want you to kind of subscribe it so that you receive the invitation, and that will really be very insightful. In 90 minutes, it will be focused on specific people related domain topics, and we intend to cover all the 13 or 14 topics over a period of 4 to 6 webinars. Okay, so we want to focus it for the month of March and April. So I'm just giving you a heads up. It's a free, open to all, and you can join and be benefited.
Sure, sir.
So one question specific to, examination pattern. So are the questions more on a situation-based scenario, like always, or there are some other probably definition-based or concept-based?
You'll see more than 90% of the questions are situation-based.
Okay.
Okay. But they will, through those situations, they will expect you to know how to apply concepts. Okay. Because we received a set of sample questions from PMI. Based on that, actually, we are developing the Mark 1 and Mark 2. Okay, based on the sample set of questions given by PMI. They are not at all production batch questions. Okay, this is just to give a glimpse of what you can expect in the PMP exam. So what we have found is almost all the questions are situational. Okay, the past experience shows 80 to 90% of the questions are situational. Okay, so yeah, that's the answer that I can give.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, sir.
Sir, Mr. Prashant is asking about the bridge program because he attended in the previous session.
Okay.
So, chat.
Bridge program. He attended the bridge, or
no,
he attended the previous? Yeah. Prashant, see, we have done one bridge program with 5 into 3, around 12 to 15 hours. What we observed is we are not able to address the topic sufficiently during the bridge. Okay, so we are reconsidering repeat of those bridge sessions. Instead, we are recommending the people to re-attend the complete session to get a holistic picture. Okay, so if you have any thoughts, maybe you can speak out. I will try to answer.
No, like that is what like I also felt that bridge program, whether it will be able to take us for this agile practices good in a way, because earlier it was not at all addressed. So like it would be always better to go in for fresh 35 PDU completion. So in that case, what we expect is to get some advantage of being a alumni of ProVenture in the course fee itself.
Yes, yes. Okay, that actually we are considering actively, and Ratna has a model. You will get some kind of significant discount because you already paid a full fee in the past. So we thought instead of conducting a shortened bridge, we will encourage them to go through a full program plus enrollment to all the resources recommended by PMI, so that you can go with much more confidence with the new syllabus. Okay, that's our experience, Prashant.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, okay.
Sir, Srinivas again. So I have a question that, okay, so with this, the syllabus that PMP exam is covering for this 2021 onwards, so mostly that is adding agile concepts. So as that 50% of weightage is given in the exam even. So how the PMI ACP would be different than the PMP, because maybe PMI ACP will cover complete agile specific, but still PMP mostly that is referring that agile practical practice guide. So which is more of the reference for ACP exam even.
Okay, you're asking a complex question. I will answer it in two ways. Let's say if the PMP exam prep 35 contact hours is mandatory. Okay. In addition to that, if you have gone through an ACP program or any agile program, okay, it will be a significant plus, okay, to get a holistic picture for your PMP. Number one. Number two, okay. Now, if your agile experience is primarily around, let's say, handling a Scrum team, okay, as a CSM, Certified Scrum Master, still, okay, you need a big picture, okay, how do you adapt agile to complex project? Because PMI focus is whether it is a construction management or pharmaceutical domain or any domain, you can practice agile. Okay, but any of the other market programs like CSM or CSPO largely will focus on IT project management through agile. Okay, so it is a plus if you have gone through it, but you need to adapt to, okay, as a project manager, no matter what domain project, what kind of project, if I want to embrace agile, okay, or embrace predictive, or embrace a hybrid methodology, how should I go about? Okay, you need a much more insightful knowledge. Okay, but if you have those things, definitely it is a plus. Okay, that will be my answer.
So why I am asking this, sir, because I am a PMI PMP certified holder from with the support of Proventure, and I'm a previous student of Proventure.
Okay.
So my question is, because would I go for ACP or not future, or that's a question in my mind?
And that's a very simple answer. Okay. See, since you're already a PMP, okay, going into ACP, okay, definitely will add, okay, because you know the framework, project management framework.
Yeah.
Now, if the project is predictive, how do I go about it? If the project is agile, how do I go about it? If the project is the hybrid, how do I go about it? Because you have this plus this, okay? You can go for it. Okay. Definitely you can go for it, yes.
Okay.
Okay. But not the other way around. Okay, see, I have an agile certification. Okay, can I go for PMP? I would say no. It is very difficult to cope up.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Sir, I have a question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like in terms of the PMP exam, are the questions predefined before taking an exam, or does the questions come based on the responses that we provide for the questions?
A very good question. Okay, the answer is you have it, they are predefined. Okay, so when you sit for the exam, you get a dump. Okay, DUMP only, no? Yeah, you get a one question dump of 200 questions. Okay, why I am saying this is, okay, you from first question, probably you can directly skip to go to 200th question and you can come back to 100th questions. All this switching is possible. Okay, all of them carry equal mark. Each question carries an equal mark. So no negative mark. So you can confidently click and go forward. But the change in the new system is, okay, earlier it used to be 4 radio buttons. Okay, you can click only one. Now the question may have a multi-select. So that means they will say, there are 3 appropriate answers, select 3, they will ask you. Then it will be a radio button. Okay, you can select appropriate 3 options. Okay, sometimes they will have A, B, C, D in the question itself. They'll ask you in what sequence you will perform. So that means you may one option will be A, B, C. The another option will be A, C, D. The third option will be B, C, D. The fourth option will be something else. So you may have to pick up what is the right sequence in which you will perform that particular set of activities. Like that, okay, there are 2-3 types of questions will come. Accordingly, the scores may change. Okay, so I already gave one LinkedIn article around this. Okay, how the pattern is changed. You can read about it.
All right, sure. Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So it is predefined and you can switch, go back and forth, but don't do it randomly. Go it in a orderly manner. Okay. So every 30 minutes, you should answer 25 questions. Roughly you go so that towards the end, you'll really get a good time to do some review. Don't flag too many questions. You can flag for a later review. Let the flagged questions maybe less than 10 or so, because after you complete the examination, you will not really have energy to go back, review, and modify your answers. Okay, you'll be thoroughly tired. Okay, so don't skip questions. Answer every question as you move forward, and don't bookmark too many questions. Okay, that is a recommendation I can give you.
Absolutely. Thanks, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? Otherwise, those who can show your face, if you can just show your face for a while, our team will take a group picture. Whoever still remains. Is it possible? I'll just hide the screen. I think 20 people are there remaining. Whoever, it is possible for you to click the video. I'm not forcing you, but good. Srinivas, thank you very much. Others who can join, Yogesh, Prashant, thank you. Who else can join? At least I would like to see a 2-digit, double-digit. Shantakumar, Suresh. Nobody is interested. Anindra, Sujit, Vivek. No problem, yeah. We won't.
Good evening, sir. This is Shiva.
Yes, Shiva. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember our IBM batch of 6 people? Which...
Oh, long back. Okay.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Okay. So you are a certified PMP, correct?
Yes, sir. I certified. And then thank you for you and Prasant.
All right.
We all the batch got certified.
Excellent. Yeah. Good. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. It's 8:10. Thank you very much for joining, and wish you all the best who are in the journey of PMP, and those who are certified. Thank you for joining, and probably this will be a good update for you. What's new in the new syllabus, so that you can go forward and mentor others and then help others in their journey. Okay?
Sure, sir. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye and good night.
Yeah, good night.
Thanks, sir. Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
So by when will this PDF or the document will be uploaded?
Tell me, yeah?
So I was asking by when will this be uploaded onto the Git?
Maybe Monday, Tuesday, not more than that.
Okay. All right.
Sir, will it be in Proventure's place where we have ID password to download, or will it be sent there?
No, it will be there in Proventure's YouTube channel, sir.
Okay. Just share the link on that. So from there we can
Share in the
just
chat. I have shared in the chat the link. Maybe I will share it again. So you can subscribe to Provich YouTube channel, so you can get access to the other videos as well.
Excellent, ma'am. Thank you so much for that support.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.